What's up, guys? This is Preheat with the part 2 for the Golden Crit Mage video. So I've had a little bit more time to digest the build. I've had a little time to do another raid. I've done some Mythic Plus, some slight changes, some slight optimizations, and I think overall, I've gotten the build to a point where it's fairly similar to the Masterful build. I think that at this point, the verdict is in, and the build is just as viable as the Masterful build. Definitely something that's really fun. And if you haven't tried it out and you have the echoes available to you, definitely consider trying it out because it's really fun. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about just gameplay stuff. I felt like I left some of that kind of open-ended. I do stream. You guys know that, right? I do stream, so you can just watch me play if you want. Just saying, twitch.tv/preheat. Watch me stream. But anyways, I'm going to show some gameplay in this video and just talk about some things as well. Just kind of round out the points that I feel like I left lacking in the other video. So anyways, let's get started. Also, just a reminder, I have an epic pre-order giveaway going on right now on Twitter. So go ahead and go to @limitpreheat. And if you click the link in that tweet, you can enter in for a chance to win the epic edition of the Shadowlands expansion. And some other cool stuff as well. So definitely go check that out as well. All right, so to start things off, I just want to show overall from a dungeon. This is actually the one we did for the BDGG charity event. But this is just the overall dungeon damage. I just want to kind of go through my breakdown and talk about how the damage was in dungeons. Now, I went Flame Patch for this dungeon, which probably wasn't the right play in hindsight, but it ended up being just fine, even though I was playing Flame Strike. I eventually stopped casting Flame Strike. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, the breakdown is pretty similar to what you'd expect with Masterful, right? I mean, whenever you have 100% crit and you pop Combustion, all that crit gets rolled over in the Mastery, so you still have really, really big ignites. And the fact that I was running focusing Azeroth Beam meant that my Combustion was up around every 40 seconds, which basically means that I had a Combustion up for every single pull. And this was a 15. And, normally in a 15, I don't know if you guys are doing 15s, but if you do them, I mean, it's hard to have Combustion every pull, right? Because those pulls go really quick. So typically how if you're in the dungeon as a mage, it's like, all right, tank, go pull big, and then let me use my Combustion, and then we'll do a small pull afterwards. None of that. You basically just do big pulls every time. And the focusing Azeroth Beam actually works so well with this build because you basically get done with your Combustion, right? And as you're leaving your Rune of Power and your Combustion fades, then you just hit them with the beam, right? And obviously the beam isn't going to be up every single pull, but it's up for every other pull. And the damage, it always crits, right? Beam always crits, and it allows you to decouple your Combustion from World Vein. Because normally you'd have World Vein, and that would be like your 1 minute cooldown, and Combustion would be tied to that 1 minute cooldown, and you wouldn't be able to just use it whenever you want. But with Beam, you can just combust as soon as it's up, and oftentimes it will be up before World Vein. So this is really nice. And also another thing that just to keep in the back of your mind, if Ignite is really big, and then you add another Ignite to that target, the amount of Ignite banked goes up. But the rate at which the Ignite damage goes out, so the actual tick damage, is reset to 10. Or 9 seconds, basically. So in a situation where a bunch of ads are all going to die in the next 10 seconds, there is a special use case, and if you want proof of this, you can go to the Mage Discord to look at what Dorvan put. He explains it way better than I do with graphs and some information. But basically, if you're in that situation, there is a slight gain to not hitting the main target just because then all the ignites kind of die off at the same time, right? Basically, they die off in tandem with the mobs dying. So that way, you aren't refreshing the duration on ignite on the mob that's going to die in like 5 seconds anyways, right? So this is just a special use case for like low keys. Definitely don't stop attacking after Combustion, right? Do not take that lesson away from this. This is not what I'm saying to do. I'm just saying if every target's going to die in like 10 seconds, there can be a gain to stopping damage just because, or at least damage that causes Ignite, because then you aren't resetting the duration on Ignite. And for more information about that, like I said, go to the Mage Discord and read what Dorvan put there. It's important stuff. Anyways, the reason why Beam synergizes with this is because you don't get Ignite from Beam. So it gives you something to do that's still really, really high damage. On certain pulls, like pulls where they literally lasted like 15 seconds, I was able to combust the pull and then immediately beam. And as my beam ended, everything died and my damage was just insane. And the fact that beam always crits makes it feel really good. So definitely a fan of beam. Anyways, so I mean, the playstyle in dungeons is, I mean, it's pretty much what you'd expect, right? Like you can run font if you want. I run font because it's got really high crit. You don't have to go double on use, but if you did, you know, obviously you'd want to charge up before the pull. But, you know, in a typical pull, basically you'd want to, like, as you're running in, you know, just get 2 crits. That could be a Pyroblast, or you could just, you know, double scorch straight into your combustion, right? It's up to you. Keep that in mind. It is up to you on which one you prefer there. But the main thing is just, you know, maintaining your Blaster Master stacks, right? Just like you normally would. In this situation right here, I would actually just hit him with the beam, right? Just finish strong with that beam. And then everything in that pull might be dead if it's a 15, or, you know, if it's a bigger key, you might keep going. But the point is that whenever you're entering a pull, you know, you can just scorch twice, right? Like scorching twice as you're running up to a pull, it causes very little threat. It's going to give you that heating up, and then you can just go straight into your combustion as soon as your feet are planted. Now, outside of combustion, what I typically do is, you know, basically my normal single target rotation. I just target one of the targets, and I just do my single target rotation on it. Now, obviously, you have combustion up for every pull, right? So in basically every situation, you're not going to really be at this point, right? At least to start off with. Now, combustion's already back up, so. But yeah, I mean, typically speaking, you just want to single target one mob. Now, I am flame patch right now. I'm going to get rid of that. I think that living bomb is better, just from my testing in dungeons. But yeah. I mean, there's really not that much to it, guys. This isn't rocket science. Like, you're always critting, right? So since you're always critting, make use of that. Oh, I feel like I should mention something else too. So not every combustion is gonna have your bracers, right? So you got to be aware that, you know, in those combustions where you don't have bracers, it's not gonna be as big of an ignite, but if you space out your Fire Blast with Scorch, you can end up carrying that Blaster Master 3 stack throughout. Now, I didn't do it there because I was just kind of talking over what I was doing. But, you know, keep in mind that is something you should be doing. Obviously, in AoE, you want to be casting your Living Bomb on cooldown. That is especially true as this build, since it always crits, and since your mastery outside of combustion isn't nearly as high. So it's definitely more useful to cast that spell. Dragon's Breath is nice, right? Like, normally you cast Dragon's Breath in 2 target, but the fact that it always crits is great. And yeah, I mean, that's really it. I mean, there really isn't much more to talk about except for one little thing. This is a tech that I kind of figured out that ends up working out pretty well. Now, I know that we talked about how we throw Fireball in the trash, where it belongs. It's absolute trash. But there is a special case where Fireball might actually have a comeback as it's built. So if you're in a situation, let's say you're looking at the next trash pack, and you're like about to pull this thing, right? And your combustion, it's like 20 seconds off, okay? If you just swap to Fireball for a couple casts, your combustion's gonna come off cooldown way faster, right? So think about Fireball as like almost like a CDR ability, right? So like if you want to weave in those fireballs, what I would do is just throw them in maybe at the end of the pack whenever you've already kind of output all your damage, so it's, you know, it's very low stakes in what you're losing. And that way you can get that combustion off cooldown again real quick. Like, it's a drag that you have to stand still. It's not fun that you can't jump while you're doing it. But every fireball you cast is going to reduce the cooldown on your combustion because of kindling. So if you need a little help getting that cooldown down, throw in a couple fireballs. That should do the trick. All right, so now we're going to move on to, I think I've covered dungeons enough for now. I mean, really, I really do feel like there's not that much to this, right? Like, it's pretty simple. You always crit, just single target one mob, cast Living Bomb on cooldown, Dragon's Breath on cooldown, and use Combustion every pull. That's really all there is to it. But anyways, I want to move on to the raid stuff. So let's go ahead and get some logs pulled up here. Okay, so I'm not going to show like all of our logs. I just want to show like specific examples. So I think some of the most extreme examples of how damage breaks down in this raid when it comes to this build versus Masterful is pure single target and AoE fights, right? So I've chosen 3 examples that will give us a kind of a good idea of how this build shapes up, right? So the first example is going to be Wrathion. Pure single target, but it's weird. It's got like weird delays in it. Build did very well in this fight. So I'm showing like unweighted damage here. I guess there are no weights for Wrathion, but anyways, yeah, build did really well. And this is a 3-minute 45-second kill, so we did not skip the phase. Damage was really good. In single target, you're basically always going to shred as crit build. Now, here's some examples of stuff that this build should not be good at, okay? So the first one is Hive Mind. So as you can see here, Masterful is going to be a little bit better on Hive Mind. Now, that isn't to say that you can't get the same damage if you have Bev RNG, right? So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have all been there with your Masterful build, your big Ignite, right? It just dies because the mob it swaps to dies instantly. It happens all the time to me whenever I play Masterful. What I like about this build is that even though Ignite is a big portion of damage, it's not as huge as everything else. Like, you have more of a breakdown, even though it is kind of simple, right? Like, Focus Azerite Beam does feel really good on the drones, I'm gonna say. But yeah, I mean, it's always possible that you use your Combustion and then the target that your Ignite swap to just dies instantly, right? The nice thing about this build is that whenever you open up, you know, whenever you're beginning to fight, as soon as you get done with your Combustion, you just immediately go into a beam. And that beam is going to hit all of the ads, and there's nothing that you can lose in that, right? Like, there's no, like, situation where the ad that you beamed is, you know, dies right away and then you lose the damage, right? Like, as long as the damage happens, it happens. It's not like Ignite, you know? Ignite's kind of lame because if the target dies with it, you just lose it all. So, yeah, I mean, in Hive Mind, I would say that this is competitive. You know, obviously Masterful is the better build for this fight. I mean, for sure, in most cases. Like, in future weeks, I will go Masterful in this fight. But having crit build in my back pocket for other fights is huge. Okay, so that's the most extreme example. Let's look at more of a median one. So, Carapace. Now, whenever you look at Carapace logs, you always have to do view unfiltered damage, or else you're going to get some weird results here. Yeah, here's the Carapace damage. So, once again, this is a fight where crit build should, you know, in theory, not be that good, but ended up being quite good. And a lot of that is in part to Focus Azerite Beam. I'm really liking the essence. And I love the utility it gives. And I love the fact that my Combustion is just like a 40-second cooldown. Like, it's so cool. Yeah, so the beam is great. I think utility-wise, this is like such an insane spec for progression because you can literally beam the like globs up top. You know how like you go up the right side and you have to kill the globs so that you can phase the boss, right? Well, you do your Combustion on one side and then you just immediately swap once the shields are up and you beam them, right? And the damage is nuts. Like, you do insane damage on all of them. So I'm a big fan of this build. In fact, I wish it would have been possible to play this build during progression on this fight because I feel like it would have just absolutely blown the crap out of the Masterful build. But, you know, there's no way we could have had this corruption back then. So shoulda, coulda, woulda. Anyways, yeah. All I can say is just that I'm a huge fan of this build. I've tried it in dungeons now. I've tried it in the raid multiple times. I think across the board, this is a 100% viable build. And I will continue to play it in basically every fight except for probably Rodin and Hive Mind. I think those are the only two where Masterful is just like has that edge where I'm just gonna go Masterful instead. But aside from that, like it's great on every fight and I'm enjoying it. It's, you know, 100% viable. It's not just a meme. So sometimes your dreams can come true, and crit build is one of those times. I'm really enjoying it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up with just some gameplay. I'm just gonna splice it in from my most recent raid. You know, for all you people who are asking for more gameplay, there you go. Also, you know, you can just watch me stream. You know where I am. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And if you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
How's your day been, Scott?
It's been pretty good. Although I'm actually gonna struggle to wake up for the developer thing tomorrow.
Just watch the video.
What time is that thing at?
4:45 for me, which apparently is well.
Watching dev interviews is cringe. 4:45.
Yeah,
It's just gonna be more Ion Lawyer talk.
Okay.
So
it's like,
Isn't that really early for, like, a dev interview? It's like 11 Eastern.
it's what 1 a.m. for you right now, Scott? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 10:55 a.m. CST.
Where's Eric Duggan?
Duggan. He's in the hole.
What the hell?
He's dug in the hole.
You gotta get him out of there, dude.
I don't know if I can dig that deep.
Yeah, you can't dig that deep, bro.
There's no way I'm ever gonna dig that deep. That's Dugger we're talking about.
Yep, he's dug himself real deep this time.
He was supposed to beat my ass in Smash.
He'll still do that.
Yeah, he probably will.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, what the get out of ice block?
Scott lived. Oh my god. He's the main
No
tank.
way, Dolphins.
Nothing can kill the main tank. Don't soak.
What if there was a WoW anime where there was like
But don't secondary soak.
focused on a side tank or an off
What do you
tank?
want or no?
Oh, the off tank trying to become the main tank?
Yeah, and he like became the main tank through like training and doing LFR and shit. Would you guys watch that?
Oh, someone
No.
died.
Would it have subtitles?
No, it'd be in English. I would voice all of the characters.
Hmm.
Someone's buying shit.
It was like a hard pass.
Nori Devo.
Good call, maybe.
Thanks, man.
Dude, the strat's insane.
Yeah,
Every
it's
time
nuts.
I fucking
It is
show up
actually
here, you
insane.
guys learn something new. God damn it.
Crit Mage, baby! Let's
That was the first time for me
go!
too. It's pretty cool.
Was that a speed kill? Yeah, by 0.8 seconds for us. Good job.
Eventually.
No way.
What's
Yeah, it
the
is,
leveling corruption build?
Oh,
Pretty
100%
much
crit.
Whatever I'm currently wearing is leveling corruption build.
Is there a movement speed corruption?
No, but you can get it in your essences.
3, 2,
You can movement speed in your gems.
Like some of these drones that just spawn at like half health, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Jesus Christ, Colin. You're so strong.
That's why they call him Creevy.
How many squibs do you know, Preheat, that can do this?
Just one, just one. It's you.
I'm not a squibs.
Yeah, you'll be one someday.
Is that a threat?
Yeah,
How
it is.
Squibbery works. I think that's how
Yeah,
Squibbery works.
scribbery works in weird ways.
Jesus, was that your grip, Colin?
4,
I don't know what's happening.
1,
God damn.
4,
Shit, people are buying shit from me.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Does Beast Cleave hit that far? No, right?
Depends on where the bed is.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
It's a big man.
Oh my god, that's close.
Oh, did I mistime it? No! I mistimed it!
4,
Fuck! Alright. Not bad, though.
Talent check.
Not bad.
I wasn't just here.
Bum Sunday.
Holy shit, did you see that news posted on Wowhead?
Just tell us, man.
Progress and Onslaught set new speed clear records.
Stop,
in
please stop.
Golden Core.
Two.
It was epic, dude.
One.
Wait, were you part of it?
No, I was watching though.
Oh, wrong button.
Shit.
My fingers
You're
got fat as shit.
No, my guild sucks.
He's not good enough to be in fucking Onslaught. That's how Kaiser's guild.
Yeah, his guild got farmed by Dosu, so
It's true.
it was one time.
The Alkai's
Did you guys ever beat them?
I had to find a picture of your corpse artist.
He doesn't run.
Are the best in the world, and that guy got one shot in ZG battle. Jesus.
God, can you believe they used 39 of the mana flasks?
Stop. Stop.
What?
Yeah, they popped Distilled Wisdom because it gives 2k mana on use.
What are you saying?
Stop now.
Like each caster did that?
Stop.
Healer?
How many healers?
Okay, there's only one caster.
See you guys later.
Yep, see you game.
Play, man.
They only run warriors, man.
Yeah, there's the token buff guys and then warriors.
As it should be. That's how vanilla works. Your shaman
Are you an
identity is
expert?
that you're yeah, dude, I played that shit. Your shaman identity is you're a Wind Fury totem. And
Okay,
the-
don't say yeah. I played that shit and
I
But
did.
you
It
actually
means
play
you're an
Alliance for
expert.
more damage.
I have authority.
Dude, I've played fucking solitaire. I'm not an expert.
We're skipping the gates.
Well,
by the way.
you
Just go kill
might have
Hybrids
sucked at
or
it.
go away.
I was about to.
Yep.
I fell into Dosu, so I fell into you.
Some people go to the other side right now. Some people. Like range or something. I think it's down that side.
Oh, my little friend is in here. Fuck.
Better not hit
Jesus.
boss.
I feel like somebody from the fucking 30s that just got transported through
Oh
time.
my god.
Jesus Christ.
That was like
we got
perfect timing. We're
Yeah.
insane.
This has to be a record.
Every fucking time I show up here, man, just fucking, where am I? Old ass man.
Hey Atlas, why are you so old, man?
I don't know. You know what it is.
What is it?
You know.
I think we have one extra on the right side.
It's DH.
I'm leaving.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Is that your bit? You do this?
Yeah.
Does the right have the damage still on the next membranes or no? I guess not, so just wait.
No.
Just wait a while.
Maybe actually.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we did.
Oh.
It's made up.
I love making shit up.
Oh, we just have to kill ours.
We're so slow.
Dude, it's that madness bomb. No.
That was scary as fuck. Whoever had that menace bomb.
I was trying to like jump it in the air and immune it.
Ah!
Hello?
Dosu.
Hello, NPC.
FT.
THG's offline.
Oh, that's not good.
No,
That's worst
no
case.
gateway. No gateway.
We should. I mean, we
The
could
gateway
try.
was
it.
just right.
Just run. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you can,
Just
you can
run
do
it.
this gateway list. I've actually seen it, and it was really weird. But it,
Kill this shared start.
Yeah, just range have to help. Just be where the gateway's supposed to be. We're just gonna take a lot of extra damage, right?
Weird champ, weird champ.
That's fine.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You just go across if you can.
Tresville.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Didn't do a good job hitting those cysts, so making a path now.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
+2, right?
No, it's fine. Usually the next one, I think, but it's whatever. Try this piece of their FT real quick. Don't take it till after, maybe.
Saying you gotta res. You can probably still reach me.
I'm gonna res you and shit.
4, 3, 2.
Valoris, say anything?
Nope.
Is our skitcher guy here?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, we'll go back there.
4, 3, 2.
It's done.
The walk of shame back to Skitra.
That's how we do it, boys. Crit Mage! Crit Mage, let's go! Crit Mage, let's go!
Hey, I'm over here, guys.